Joining me right now is Suman Mokhtarian. He'll be fighting on December 2nd at UFC Adelaide versus Sodiq Yusuff in a featherweight bout. What's going on, Suman?
What's happening, brother?
Not much, man. Let's get into it. Your knee injury, your recovery. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's been 7 months now since surgery. It'll be 8 months since I've had a complete knee reconstruction and ACL reconstruction on my knee. And yeah, it'll be 8 months since then. So it's a pretty quick recovery, you know. But when the UFC call, you go.
It kind of reminds me of Tony Ferguson. You know how he had his knee injury and he came back and he fought in that short period of time. Do you feel the same way? Do you feel like your knee? What's up?
Tony did it in like 4 or 5 months.
Oh, was it 4 or 5 months? I thought it was around like 8 months or so.
I don't know. He said something ridiculous. It was more than 8 months. Like, it was like less than 8 months. I mean, like, it was something ridiculous. I was like, nah, I couldn't do that. But yeah, it is a quick recovery. But I think when I had surgery, I was always active. Like, within like 2 days of like getting surgery, I was going to the gym every day. And even though my leg was like in a brace and I couldn't move it at the time, I was still going to the gym every day. So I was always trying to do something. I was always trying to walk. I was always trying to like show something. So then when my knee got a little bit better and I was teaching, every day I'd be doing certain movements. And I think that just being around the gym and being around everyone like kept my knee recovering a little bit quicker than a normal person that was just going to physio and coming home. I was doing my physio, but then I was always trying to be active and go to the gym. Even when my knee was getting slowly better, I'd be shadow boxing every day and stuff like that. So it got better.
Did you gain a little bit of weight in that time, or were you always fit?
Yeah, I went when I got back from the Ultimate Fighter. When I left the Ultimate Fighter, I was like 86 kilos. Which is pretty big for me. So I went from being 66 to 86 within like 10 days. I blew out with all the free food. But then after surgery, my weight started to kind of like get back down to about my normal walk around weight, which is about 79, 80 kilos. And like as soon as I started just getting back in shape a little bit, like the weight just kind of came off and I just got back down to my natural weight. And I never like needed to diet or anything to get myself back into shape. Even though I blew out a little bit right before surgery, my body just kind of molded back into itself.
You're coming off the Ultimate Fighter. A lot of guys, not a lot of guys, a few guys have gotten contracts. Who do you feel deserves a shot in the UFC that did not get the call yet from the show?
Trying to think about who didn't get the call yet. Well, if you'd ask anyone, like, I'd always say my boy Alex. He went to the trials, got to the end, didn't make it on the show, but he would have walked through everyone on that show. So I would say him. But honestly, I feel like Ricky Steele obviously should have gotten a shot in the UFC. Ricky beat me, and he beat me fair and square. No excuses about that. He beat me. I feel like he should have gotten a shot or gotten a contract at least. He recently had surgery on his foot, which is going to leave him out till 2019. But I feel like if anyone deserves a shot in the UFC right now, it's Ricky Steele. He got a win over me, and if I can get to the UFC without fighting since the Ultimate Fighter, so should Ricky Steele. He should get that opportunity as well.
You receive a lot of hate online, but a lot of people, they don't really know your story. They just think you're a guy that's from the Ultimate Fighter, but they don't know 6 years ago you started from scratch with your brother, built a gym, built a team. Now you got 3 fighters in the UFC and many prospects coming up with multiple titles. Tell me about your struggle with bringing this team up.
So we literally, I think it would have been 6.5 years ago, started from nothing. Literally, we started training, jiu-jitsu, by itself at that time. You know, like 6.5 years ago, yeah, it would have been about 6.5 years ago. And we never even had the thought of fighting in the UFC or nothing. We were just training at a local gym and hoping to fight and one day make it somewhere, like something very small. And then a lot of things went wrong in life, and we just decided to try and do something better, do something bigger, look for something where we can keep looking forward to it. And after my brother had his first fight, which like I had to find a promoter through Facebook. Like I just started messaging random MMA promotions. I didn't know anything, or I booked him his first fight. And after we got that rush of his first fight, you know, we were like, we wanted to keep doing it, keep doing it. And how are we going to do it the way we wanted to do it? By building a gym. You know, we thought if we're going to do something, do it to an extreme. Opened up a gym, like not knowing anything as well. Again, being two white belts. I had never even had a fight before. My brother had one amateur fight. And, you know, I'm going from that and opening up a gym, getting trainers, finding the right trainers through the years, and then us learning, getting our blue belts, getting our purple belts, you know, and learning through our own gym. Yeah, we learned through the coaches that we brought in to our team. Like we've literally learned everything in the industry in 6 years. Now, this is some for a lot of fighters. It just goes to one thing. They go to the gym, they come back, and they learn about that. Yeah, I've learned the ins and the outs, and I've negotiated from small regional shows now to the UFC, and you've seen like the proof is in the pudding. You know, it's not rocket science. If I can do it in 6 years, a lot of these other guys should be able to as well. You know, I've gotten my brother there, I've got Nadia there, I've gotten myself there. You know, obviously we've had good people around us, but these are people that we've brought in around us. You know, and these they all pay like a big contribution to the success of Australian top team. You know, through the years, you know, we've gone to shitty little shows. We've gone weekend to weekend from state to state to state to state and put fighters everywhere. You know, we did all the little things. You know, went to every little local show, whether it was for a shitty little kickboxing fight. Why? Because we wanted to learn. We wanted to be a part of the industry, and we wanted to soak up like as much knowledge in the industry as we could in these 6 years. And it's gotten us so far that we've gotten to the UFC. You know, we wanted it so much, and not just in a fighting term, you know, but like by coaching our guys and making them as successful as us, you know, because we wanted this dream so much. We've gotten two half brains. I won't even give us a full brain. I say two half brains together, me and my brother, and we've built something great that we can be happy for, and like a lot of other people can be happy for as well. I don't see any other gyms doing that. You know, I don't see it. I don't see Australian top team isn't me. Like when we talk about what me and my brother did, we speak about what Australian top team did, like what everyone did around us. And I don't see anyone doing what we've done. You know, they can hate as much as they want. You know, they can say, oh, why'd they do this or why'd they do that? Anyone can say whatever the fuck they want. All right. At the end of the day, no other gym has been able to do what we've done in a short amount of time. And with, like I said, two half-brained idiots running the thing. You know, no one's been able to do that. So as much as they want to hate on that, they can hate on that. But we just keep doing our things. We've learned all this in 6 years. Imagine in another 6 years' time what we're going to do.
Definitely, man. It's an incredible story, and you still have a huge future for you and your team. You're only in your mid-20s, so it's crazy to think that you're only in your mid-20s and you've done so much.
Yeah. You know, and then, like, people are always going to say it, you know, like, I've got big things that I'm planning for after the UFC. You know, like, I'm already, like, I was speaking to someone today, they were like, oh, so what are you going to do after the UFC? And I'm already, like, speaking about what we're going to do and other plans. I've got big plans. Like, it's not there's a lot more highlights in my life that I'm going to have even after this.
All right, let's get into this fight. You only got a few weeks until it happens. When did you find out about your opponent, and how long have you been training for this fight?
Okay, so Today is the what's the date today?
Today is the 12th.
The 12th. Okay, so the 12th. I found out on the 4th. Oh, okay, on the 4th, I was contacted, which was a Sunday. So I was contacted on the Sunday, and I was asked, "Oh, well, would you be good to fight? You know, are you willing to fight in 4 weeks' time at UFC Adelaide?" And then my response was, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I am." You know, like I'll never say no. You know, everyone knows that. Like I'll never say no to that opportunity, especially like if they seen how I fought in the Ultimate Fighter as well. I was never gonna say no, and they said okay, we'll get back to you. And then they got back to me with another message. I think that same day, and they said Sodiq Yusuff, said his name, and then I said, "Yep, let's do it. Doesn't matter who." And then the very next day, I got a contract. And then the very next day after that, somehow it was announced all over the internet.
Sodiq Yusuff, was that a name that you expected to hear, or was it a complete surprise to you?
Well, fighting was a complete surprise to me. Um, like I didn't think I was gonna fight this year or this soon. To be honest with you, um, I thought like I'd fight next year. You know, I thought that the UFC would want to see me fight next year again. If it wasn't for the UFC, I wouldn't be fighting this soon after surgery. I would have just given myself just more time to get like everything in order. But I'm fit and good to fight. You know, so I thought, why not? You know, no risk, no reward.
Yeah, it seems like that's your personality. Once the
Yeah.
opportunity comes, you're gonna snatch it up because even though that there are some risks to it, you just gotta do it.
Yeah, like I said, like you would always hear from many of us, we're blessed with opportunities. What we do with the opportunities are what's important, you know.
Your upcoming opponent, Sodiq Yusuff, what are your thoughts on his skill set? You know, he's a Tuesday night contender guy. He won a contract. He's a young, flashy guy. Tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, I'd seen Sadiq Yusuf on the Ultimate Fighter. I think he might have been on the episode where Jim Crute was on, and yeah, he looks like a very explosive striker. Comes from a wrestling base, you know, so he's got that explosiveness in his feet to be able to come forward. I know he hits hard, you know, he's got nice kicks as well. Um, I just think that yeah, he's just a good, well-rounded fighter. I don't see anything really too special. I know he's going to come out hard. I know he's going to come out strong. I expect that, and I like to meet fire with fire. You know, so I'm expecting him to bring the fight early. I'm expecting him to try and make it real dirty early in the fight, back me up to that cage like he's done against everyone else. And you know, I like that. I like it when someone wants to come forward with me. I don't like people that are gonna back up, and you know, it was like that fight with Ricky. So you know, I'm happy that I'm gonna get someone who's gonna meet me and fall into my game. You know what I mean? Uh, there's a lot of things that I've seen as well. I'm sure he's seen a lot of the videos and things on me. But I think that this is a good fight, and I think that a lot of people that might write me out in this fight are going to be very, very mistaken. You know, my team is confident. I'm confident, and it's gonna be a very, very, very good fight, and I can't wait.
He's an aggressive guy. You know, he moves forward, but we just saw recently in the Korean Zombie versus Yair Rodriguez fight that aggressiveness can backfire. And do you see that happening in this fight?
I do see that. I do see that happening. Um, you know, I think that it's not the best thing for. Like, I want someone to come and meet me. You know, I want them to come inside and they fall into my game. In Yair Rodriguez's case and Korean Zombie, uh, that was something I've never seen or never expected. Like, I was watching that and I just could not believe what I saw. The first glance that I had from that angle, I thought it was like a headbutt or something. Um, I couldn't believe that it happened. But when I seen that it was an elbow, and people were saying that it was lucky and stuff like that, that is not luck. That's blind skill. That's something that he didn't even have to think about. That was a human body movement for him in combat, and he got that knockout. I don't think I'm gonna be able to knock someone out like that, but I've got a few things, and like I said, I know that Sodiq is gonna come out hard. He's gonna come out aggressive, and my goal is to obviously use that aggression against him. And yeah.
You know, you've had some interesting moments online throughout the last year with the
Yeah.
poster gate and all those things. When you look back at all of that stuff, and now you're actually going to debut for the UFC, and they don't have a poster for you, are you kind of angry?
A little bit. I feel like it still hasn't hit me that I'm fighting in the UFC because I haven't gotten a poster. Like, what the hell? But I'm thinking I have to make my own poster again. Really, I could bang myself out a good poster tonight about with me and Sodiq. I'm sure Sodiq would be pretty happy about it. But I'm sick of doing these posters and not getting the appreciation and love that I deserve for it. But no, like some people actually thought I was fighting Ben Askren, so that was pretty cool.
All right, man. December 2nd, UFC Adelaide. You're facing Sodiq Yusuff in your UFC debut. Man, it's going to be incredible for you, man. I'm glad you're getting this opportunity. And it's always good talking to you, man. Thanks for the time.
No, thank you, bro. Always good time for you.